Canadian cops keep killing people during wellness and mental health calls. At least 5 people have died during mental health calls or wellness checks by police since April. All 5 were Black, Indigenous, or people of color.
Here's a summary of the article.
De facto mental health workers. A CBC investigation found that of the 461 uses of deadly force by police from 2001 to 2017, over 70% of the victims suffered from mental health and substance abuse problems. Because of shrinking budgets for mental health programs, police have become de facto frontline mental health workers. Calls to defund the police have often specifically cited greater funding for mental health workers as a way to reduce encounters between cops and those in distress. Set up for failure. Uzma Williams teaches a mental health class for students and prospective police officers at MacEwan University in Edmonton and helped put together the textbook Police Response to Mental Health in Canada. Williams said police get a minimal amount of training when it comes to dealing with mental health, and most officers don't understand mental health symptoms and therefore don't know how to address them. Systematic racism, discrimination, and unconscious bias play a deep role in police culture, the killings, and an officer's reaction during wellness or mental health checks, said Massaquoi. Edmonton has police crisis teams that pair mental health workers with specially trained officers to respond to calls.
This post received a score of 45,000, with an upvote ratio of 85%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
There was a pilot project in some Ontario towns that had nursing staff go with police for wellness checks. I think Smith Falls was part of that program. The police liked it, the nurses liked it, and the community really liked it. They felt like actual wellness checks, not cops coming after them. Well, the Ford government let that program expire and refused to renew it despite all the benefits.
Apparently we have pilot programs like this all over California, but nobody really knows about them. Teams are made up of a cop and medical personnel, usually paramedics from the fire department, and a social worker. Supposedly it's super effective, yet so underfunded that barely anyone knows it's a thing.
There's a mobile crisis team in San Francisco, but they don't operate 24/7. Don't have a mental health crisis on a Sunday. I would bet they're stretched pretty thin even when they're on duty. I've got an adult child with mental illness, so it is a source of anxiety for me that she might be confronted by police when she's in a vulnerable state of mind. She has already had one, but it went all right, all things considered.
Here in the Netherlands we have something similar nationwide 24/7. Police are only there if needed. Basically a mental health specialist and on-call psychiatrist go out to determine what kind of help people need, and a judge can order forced hospitalization, but I don't know if that's something that happens at night. It's mostly suicidal or psychosis crises, I think.
That's a fantastic idea. The US should take that, except have it run by private, for-profit health facilities and charge $5,000 per incident. Then it will fit in perfectly with the rest of our healthcare system.
The US would be better off if we just let ourselves be governed by NL.
Outsourcing, pretty American solution. Feel like we should have people besides armed officers conducting wellness checks. Don't we have support workers for this kind of thing? Edited, Grammar Fix.
Read the article. The services have been undercut, while police budgets grew. As the article says, in this way the police became the de facto first-line workers to deal with mental health incidents.
I've been hearing for years that police never wanted to become de facto social workers either, but it was downloaded onto them as the social services budgets kept getting cut and the police kept getting dispatched for increasing numbers of mental health-related calls. Prevention isn't sexy for the politicians, and it takes longer than an election cycle to show dramatic result, so they just keep throwing more policing resources at the problem as a "I'm doing something" quick fix.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.